Hello everyone.
Hello Dee.
What is pressing hard on us lately is Sebastian, who has been part of the Restory, the team here at the Restory for a number of years. He's now living in Wakkerstrom, so he's not that involved anymore, but his health hasn't been well over the last few months. And what is a big concern is the fact that we don't know exactly what is the matter. He's undergoing tests and so on, but at this stage we don't have clarity. And it is really a difficult situation to be in, and to be concerned about him and to worry about him. And lately we are talking a lot of how to function, how to live a contemplative life amidst such a situation, or in such a situation.
Yeah, I think what makes the situation really very difficult is that one feels powerless. You feel powerless to really help. You feel powerless to make a difference. You feel powerless to in any way contribute to his health, because you don't know. You're living with a lot of uncertainty in terms of knowledge, in terms of diagnosis, and you see him deteriorating, and it causes a lot of anxiety, it causes frustration, anger even, because of this helplessness that you're feeling. Generally, I think we feel that we can handle our lives, we can handle situations, but then in any situation where you are actually powerless, it's bigger than you. It's a different ball game, and then to look at that maybe can be helpful for everybody.
And the fact is, once we're in a tight spot, in a difficult situation, almost the instinctive reaction is to make it better, to get out of it. But a crisis and such a situation is exactly rich because you can't get out of it. There's no way out. You're in a tight spot. And that is why it is such a fertile soil for growth to happen. We've said that on numerous occasions. If we constantly avoid difficult situations, we avoid growth and deepening. So in that sense, to really look what can be taken out of this situation, and how we experience God in such a situation.
And I think to really also acknowledge what you're feeling.
Yes.
Not to feel that you're not supposed to feel like that a good Christian shouldn't feel like that. To really acknowledge your powerlessness and to be with that, to sit with that. Thomas Keating says that we shouldn't try to get rid of it too soon, because of that fertile place that you don't know how that can be used for your growth. In any other situation, you might not be able to grow from that. So for me, another quote by Thomas Keating that's been very helpful this past couple of months is one that he has sort of like a definition on the theological virtue of hope. And it's a very difficult thing to take, because it goes against our grain. If you want to say, no, I can't do this, but then to really sit with it and maybe break it up. And it's a piece, it's a quote that it comes back to me very often, and then a different part of it seems to be the one that helps me in a certain situation. So I'm going to read it. Thomas Keating says, "To hope for something better in the future is not the theological virtue of hope. Theological hope is based on God alone. who is both infinitely merciful and infinitely powerful right now. Here is a formula to deepen and further the theological virtue of hope with its unbounded confidence in God. Let whatever is happening happen and go on happening. Difficult, eh? Welcome whatever it is. Let go into the present moment by surrendering to its content. The divine energies are rushing past us at every nanosecond of time. Why not reach out and catch them by continuing acts of self-surrender and trust in God? So for me at this stage, this let whatever is happening happen and go on happening. When you're in a powerless situation, when there's nothing that you can do about a situation, then that's the only thing you can do. Not to fight what is happening.
Yes.
To sort of surrender into that and to be with that. And that's what I understand from this.
Yes.
Welcoming whatever it is not going against it, not trying to force anything that you can do nothing about. I think it helps in situations like this because it also helps. I remember when my mom was so ill with cancer, terminally ill really, and of course the hope is for something better. The hope is for healing, but that is not something that we in this life always get. So, and that's why this is very meaningful for me, that the hope is not in something better. The hope is in God that is powerful, that is merciful, whatever that means in the situation. The outcome might not be what I wanted, or what I felt would be the best. But to still be trusting in that, in God. And it sounds very abstract, but I think he makes it very practical in the sense that you are surrendering into the moment, moment by moment.
So what he is actually saying is, instead of channeling all your energy in wishing for a better outcome, to rather stay in this moment and become aware of the presence of God rushing past us at every nanosecond.
Yeah, we are in the presence of God all the time.
Yes.
And in terms of that, to trust in God in this, not in So it has an element of really being about presence, about awareness of that, even though I don't know the bigger picture, even though I don't know the outcome, that there is that God, if I can surrender into this, then moment by moment I will be led. Moment by moment I will know what the next thing is that I can possibly do in a small way.
Yes, because by implication, we're not saying it is sitting back because this is flowing past us and we're not involved in this. This is something happening to me and I have to give over to this stream. It's a matter of, in the moment, realizing what should be done in the moment.
Yeah, it's not sitting back and everything. It's being aware of your feelings, being where you are, and then also, I mean, in terms of common sense, you might wake up and think, today is the day that I should, in my week, how my week's playing out, I should go to the hospital today and see if I can find a doctor and speak to the doctor. So, and then that is what you do. You might not have thought of it the previous night when you went to bed, but then the following morning, in terms of letting what is happening happen and letting it unfold and being open to it. And for now, I think that is about the only way to handle a crisis, is moment by moment.
And then by talking to the doctor, you get information that makes the picture a little bit clearer, and it gives you insight as to the process and so on. And then according to that leads to the next step.
And I can also, in terms of how I know Sebastian, I can give information of what I'm seeing. That maybe his ankles are swelling a little bit, or but they might not have picked up because they don't know him so well. So it's also it was helpful that I could speak to, for the doctor it was helpful. So you don't know. You actually don't know. You can only be there. You can only be surrendering in the moment.
Yes. And when we're not in the moment, if we say, isn't this extremely bad, which it is, but you know what, this shouldn't happen.
Fighting it.
He is young. He shouldn't be as ill as he is now. I wish it can be better. Then you miss opportunities where you can address the issue.
I think so, but I think we will also get there. We also get to those feelings.
No. I'm not saying it shouldn't be there. I'm just saying if we get stuck in those feelings, those opportunities of growth aren't that in the forefront.
I think resisting what is the worst thing that we can do. It's not helping.
So when we do this recording, you might have heard the sound of the tractor cutting the lawn here on the outside. So apologies if that noise was a little bit loud. But in talking about this, we know we are talking to people who definitely at some stage in their lives have experienced something similar, on whatever level that may be. And thank you for being part of this conversation when we are finding our own footing through this challenging times. And thank you for your constant feedback.
Keep well, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.